When you visit the riverfront, we encourage you to visit the memorial for 2 Navy SEALs from Shreveport killed in action 15 years ago. Tonight, Rick Rowe introduces us to the local doctor and artist who made it possible. It's tonight's Hometown Patriot.
Centuries from now, a young man or woman will stand here, shading their eyes from a Louisiana sunrise, read the words, look at their faces and say, "I'll go." Rob Reeves and Jonas Kelsaw were one of ours. Swam the rivers, played ball on our fields, excelled at Caddo Magnet High, and then went off to war. The best we have, Navy SEALs. In August of 2011, en route to rescue Army Rangers pinned down by the Taliban, their helicopter was shot down. Rob and Jonas were gone. But not their story. Lots of people wanted to make sure that was not lost. One of those was former cardiovascular surgeon Jim Ciravella.
And I just wanted to do something, and I didn't know what I could do. I said, well, what do I need to do? I said, I know how to paint. I don't need to paint anything. I said, I know how to sculpt, so maybe I can sculpt something.
Yes, in addition to his enormous skills as a surgeon, Jim is also an accomplished artist and sculptor. He is also a patriot, a man who himself served as a young doctor during the Vietnam War.
It passed that there was a doctor's draft, and which meant that when you finished medical school, they could draft you then or after your internship.
Jim was at Anderson Air Force Base, Guam, a huge B-52 base where the massive bombers took off virtually every day, attacking targets in Vietnam.
They brought in over 100 B-52s, 100.
Jim was there not because he wanted to be, but because it was law. Young doctors had to serve.
I wasn't a peacenik, one of those kind of things, but here you are training to be what you want to be when you finish, and they're taking you out.
Jim did his 2 years, came home to Shreveport, raised a family, and met through his youngest son, Jonas Kelsaw.
We're good friends. They played basketball, and Jonas used to take trips with us. We knew their family. Lynn had always said that Jonas was a special kid. There's something special about Jonas.
So, when that special kid was killed in action, Jim went to work. But this was going to be a big effort. It needed to be done right, in granite. The display had to honor these 2 heroes with excellence. It was not going to be cheap. But everywhere Jim went, the price went down.
He said, what is this about? And so I told him his story. He charged me cost. He says, I want to do this. And he lowered the price. He came to my shop. He said, I told him the story. He says, it's not a problem, we'll do it. I said, what do you think it's gonna cost? He said, it's not gonna cost you anything. Called him on the phone and said, we need some lights for this monument we're putting in. None of them charged anything.
Then there was that Wednesday morning, the unveiling of Jim Ciravella's tribute to our 2 heroes.
Thank you very much. It's something that we will always remember. Thank you.
Rob's father spoke, and Jonas's.
He used to love Shreveport. He loved the river, he swam it, he went into the bayou.
And then the big guy who knew both of them.
And there's things that they did that we'll never be able to talk about that are epic in my community. You can soak that in, enjoy that, and know that men such as this exist.
Yes, and they were once one of ours. And now, because of these healing hands, the Navy SEAL ethos that Rob Reeves and Jonas Kelsaw lived by will be here for all to read, etched in granite and time.
And it's a 3-paragraph statement, and I put the first paragraph of the SEAL ethos in there. When in times of war, etc. There's a special need for a special breed of man.
If you'd like to nominate a Hometown Patriot, go to ktbs.com/hometownpatriot or send an email to hometownpatriot@ktbs.com.